Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Thursday, September 14, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern. The mind turned inwards is the self. Turned outwards, it becomes the ego and all the world. The mind turned inwards is the self. Turned outwards, it becomes the ego and all of the world. Ramana Maharishi. In each moment of this life, we have the choice to respond to life from a completely new, alive, and freeing space that is born in the now. Or we can react from an older, unconscious, conditioned pattern that stems from a past story. The choice is always ours, in each second. If we respond from a fresh place of freedom or from a past conditioning, the type of story we're talking about is not the enjoyable fantasy fairy tale story that we all enjoy listening to around the campfire. It's that one that we drag around like an old ball and chain attached to a heavily shielded yet wounded heart. The infamous victim story is one of the most of us know all too well. It's the one that is fixated on how another wronged us, or how we are struggling with money, or unable to find the love of our life, or create the career we really want. We often unconsciously believe that by repeating the story over and over and over again, it will help us to escape it, transcend it, or feel better about our poor, lonely, victimized self. What really happens is that by repeating what we don't want to manifest in our lives, we simply become more wrapped up in the ego's illusions of being trapped, helpless, and powerless. The positive news is that we always have the power to transcend our story if we can become conscious enough to see who or what is truly creating it. It's good to know that all of our stories were created by some life event, big or small, that actually happened. The event naturally occurred. Then the mind took over and invented its special, specific, positive or negative meaning on top of the actual event. So we invite you to take this entire week to write down and notice all the stories you tend to repeat in your mind and to other people. This is a very powerful, life-changing exercise. Notice if they are positive or negative stories. And who would you be without any of these stories? These stories stick because something happened in your life that your mind judged as wrong or absolutely always right, and found some sort of peace within that perception. However, when you hold on to any thought or idea about this life too tightly, you become overly attached and you miss this amazing universe that's happening now. Attachment always leads to some future suffering, and it's always your choice. If you want to be free, if and when you want to be free, and manifest more of amazing goodies, or be stuck with the same old small tune, keeping the story from your past alive, it does. It takes a lot of work and will drain all of your energy. It will keep you living in the illusion and never awaken to the divinity within your being. This illusionary story, illusionary mind loves to create stories about stories. Heck, you may even be creating a story about this exploration of stories. The reality is that you are not this mind, nor your ego, nor the body, and certainly not an accumulation of all your stories. We are much more than can be expressed in words. We are infinite souls beyond the ideas of freedom and love. We are and always will be so much vaster than any story your ego could invent. We will continue to exist long after this story has been forgotten by us in this world. Our being is naturally expansive and completely free. We have just been covering up our true infinite nature with stories. The tricky part is transcending any story is that our ego loves the drama of an emotionally juicy adventure. It's like chocolate ice cream to a child. Our life's traumas and deep issues are so personal, wild, crazy, and feel so real that they often make us feel unique and that we are even someone superior or special. The truth is that everyone was born uniquely super special, and we all have the same core issues deep inside. These core issues are about being unloved, unwanted, abandoned, and unworthy. What a great recipe to instigate massive transformation in one's lifetime. Now, you may find yourself sticking to these issues because the mind gets busy entertaining the victim story instead of being truly curious about recognizing your divine infinite nature. These personal issues can make up a major part of who you think you are. So, to let go of them, in many ways, can feel like letting go of your entire identity. If and when you drop the story, you will have to do the scariest thing of all. You'd need to totally reinvent yourself. Maybe this isn't such a bad idea. Not a bad thing. You could choose to only be loved, free, powerful, and without anything, without any limitations. Is this a challenge you would be willing to take on? Letting go of your story may feel like dying, yet in the end, there is no death without some kind of rebirth. So how does one truly transcend their story? Just watch it. Don't participate in it. Notice if you are focusing on what you want or don't want. See how present you are to the now moment, or just reprogramming yourself with more illusions from your past. This experience you have will always be created from your personal interpretation and universal perception. If and when you find that you are really stuck putting energy into how you aren't enough of this or that, and you may simply need some tools to shift your experience. It's like, stop telling your story. When you hear yourself telling somebody your famous story that makes you feel small, powerless, or less than divine, immediately stop yourself, even if you are in mid-sentence. As soon as you stop repeating your story, you stop giving it energy, and the story soon withers away. Imagine a big, huge, massive stop sign in front of you and simply stop the mouth from talking. Have you ever done that? Have you ever said, I'm going to stop talking now, to yourself? Don't move a muscle. Be absolutely still and silent. And investigate deeper inside to discover where this story is coming from and what this of you actually is yearning to feel, be, do, or have. It's almost like you become an archaeologist explorer and you start digging. If you are socializing while you are storytelling and you need some space to do the digging, gently remove yourself from the situation. Go sit in the bathroom. Investigate the source of this saboteur. It is worth it. These stories can ruin your life or transform it. If you take time to really look at your stories, you'll discover what it takes to transcend them completely. By simply seeing how your story is an illusion of the past that the ego is stubbornly holding on to, you are instantly free of it. It's almost like you say, okay, I'm going to step outside my story. All right? I'm going to take 5 steps back from my story. Freedom comes from finding the space between you and your story. When your story arises and you feel it pulling you in, imagine that you are taking 5 large steps back away from your story. Just as if you were stepping back from an angry person, growling dog, or some feisty child who has had too much sugar. Take one small step. If you cannot take a large one, take a small one. And with each step, take a deep breath of air and become the observer. Look at your story like you were watching a movie or TV show. Recognize that it's just that. Some drama being played over and over and over on your ego's video screen. Now that you are separate from the story, it is easier to see the truth of it and be free from it. Replace your story with gratitude. When we identify the story that we are most attached to, you know, the one that we repeat most often, each time we start repeating it, simply state one thing that you are grateful for instead. That's it. Refocus your mind on what's working in your life and what you are grateful for right now. There are literally thousands and thousands and thousands that you can be grateful for, no matter where you are or who you are. You can be grateful that the sun rose this morning to heat the planet, that you have clean drinking water, structured water, filtered water, or that you are breathing with life in this moment instead of dying. The list goes on and on and on. Just look around at this world. Notice the beauty, detail, and the exquisite abundance. The more time we spend in gratitude, the faster our ego stories will die and become distant memories. When we are in a place of gratitude, we automatically send out positive energetic vibrations, which in turn magnetize to you the kind of positive, uplifting things you want to manifest. Once you leave your story behind, you can see the truth of your existence and experience total freedom from your ego's suffering and limiting beliefs. This exercise will help you be liberated once and for all from your stories. So you go for it, and we can do it. When we talk about we focus on what? the universe, of course. We're all part of the universe. Universe is us, we are the universe. And abundance is an inherent nature of the universe. Now, interestingly enough, we want certain things to happen, right? We want massive amounts of wealth to come pouring forth to all the people of the planet. We want this now, okay? We're tired of waiting. So why do you, and of course there's some certain factors, but they shouldn't be in the way, such as bad people stopping the flow of wealth to good people. Now, like I said, we live in a truly abundant universe where there is a plethora of things, ideas, love, money, friends, and opportunities all around us. Even though you may not feel it all the time, this is a stupendously abundant universe. It's always available to us right now. We need not search for abundance outside of ourselves, which most of the civilization does. It is a state of being that can only be found from the journey within. See, the journey within is absolutely paramount. This universe is always sending us loads of good energy, new ideas, and people to help us tap into feeling this natural abundant state. It's a natural abundant state. It's our natural state of being. Think about that. Feel it. And, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? To experience this abundance, simply let go of trying to achieve it. Trust it is here and now, and gently practice receiving it. That's it. Your harmonics, your vibrational frequency goes right up. Abundance is undulation and flowing. Okay? That's what it is. Undulation and flowing. And it undulates and flows and moves with life. You become like the natural waves in the ocean and surrender to this water-like flow of energy inside you. Your real life is like a dancing river of energy that will continue on well after your body is gone. To tap into this fluidity, this wonderful fluidity inside, find your breath and align yourself with its movement. It will lead you directly to the abundant flow that's here now. Always have been, always will be, ever beyond and forever. It's always here. And people say, well, how do I become that? If you truly want to become a massive channel of abundance, here's the kicker. Then only pay attention to what you are grateful and thankful for. This is proven over and over again. The more gratitude you have, the more abundance you'll attract. Demanding energy only creates more poverty consciousness. Demanding energy. I want this now. I've got to have it now. That's demanding energy. And it only creates more poverty consciousness and lack of things to be grateful for. You ever gotten irritated about you want something so bad and you keep saying, I want it, how come I can't get it? Because you're in low vibrational frequency. Being in gratitude is a high vibrational frequency. Every single time you say, I'm deeply grateful for this very moment I'm in. You can say that 20, 100, 200, 300 times, or however many times a day. Then you could go into a whole list of what you're grateful for through your heart mind. And it moves you into a higher frequency. And here, it's kind of crazy. You go, well, I'm grateful I have the pain. I can feel the pain in my body. Because that means I have a body. We should all be able to completely keep ourselves young and vibrant for thousands of years with no devices or anything. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. There's only a few people that have successfully done it, and it's taken them ridiculously long period of time, comparatively speaking. But we should be able to do it instantaneously. How does that work? You go into the now. You focus on your heart mind, and you sit with the God that you are. And you focus on healing the body. While in that state, most of us fight it. We fight it. Our real life is like a dancing river of energy that will continue on well after the body is gone. Okay? That's true. To tap into the sweet fluidity inside, find your breath and align yourself with its movement. It will lead you directly into the abundant flow that's here now. If you truly want to become a massive channel of abundance, then only pay attention to what you are grateful and thankful for. The more gratitude you have, the more abundance you'll attract. Demanding energy will create more poverty consciousness and lack of things to be grateful for. What we believe to be true moves through the lens of our mind as living energy and becomes the reality of our lives. If and when we believe ourselves to be limited, we get to be right about that. But it is not our ultimate truth. Mary Manon Morrissey. We all develop these shields. We have these shields, okay? And we choose to drop our shields and embrace our abundant nature. So in other words, believing that the civilization of this planet is meant to suffer, right? Struggle, grip tightly on life and everything to find abundance. That's pretty much. You look at the rat race, that's what everybody's doing. They're in a hurry to get nowhere. And they aren't smelling the flowers along the way. The discovery to feeling our abundant nature right now is to remove the walls blocking us from it. These walls are shields protecting our heart from getting hurt, conned, deceived, or abandoned again. Remove any shield around your heart and imagine tossing it into a great bonfire, roaring. Let your armor melt away. If the shielding feels like it is still there, coming back, invite the fire inside of you to consume your heart and it has. Breathe deeply and physically open your arms wide and invite purification to remove all defenses from your life. When you feel all shields are removed, with several deep breaths, imagine pulling everything in this entire universe into your heart. All creation is pouring into the stars, the planets, Gaia, and all beings. feel how truly abundant this life really is. Another thing is, make the statement to yourself that you are an abundant. You're not, you're not waiting to become abundant. You are abundant. Best ways to remain in the flow of abundance is practice knowing that you are an abundant, infinite being that will never die. Since abundance is a flow of highly charged, positive, infinite energy, open up and feel this energy and share it with others. The more you will naturally feel this abundance inside yourself. Now, in the past, you may have partially closed the door to feeling this abundance due to, past conditioning or scarcity thinking. And right now, this time on the planet, that's easy to fall into. To truly break this old programming, just for 5-6 minutes a day, do this exercise and imagine opening your attention to all that surrounds you. Tune into the abundance of things, nature, people, planet, who are creating everything for you. They are giving you food, water, and all the pleasures that come with living in society. Someone's got to make it, right? We don't have the replicator yet. Tune into the abundance of things, nature and people on this planet who are creating everything for you. They are giving you food, water, and all the pleasures that come with living in society. Feel this abundance of support around you now, letting it touch your very core. Let in the abundance of joy, pleasure, opportunities, and laughter into your heart. You are already deeply, eternally loved and will always be deeply, eternally loved by the abundance of this universe. Consciously open the door now. Proclaim the truth to this universe by stating, I am a truly abundant being. Shout this message out over and over and over, internally and externally, till you feel that it has penetrated deeply into your soul. Yeah, it's not going to work if you say it 2 or 3 times and it's, that's just silly. Okay? It's just... Everything we do, right in the now, right? In the now, is a channel of love for others. We can instantly become a channel for the highest vibration in this universe, love, by gifting our time spontaneously to someone who needs it. How often do we do that? Here's a few ideas. Give a hug to someone lacking love. It's not hard to see someone who's lacking love. Share new inspirational ideas with others. Email something or someone this inspiring information. Give presents to people just for fun and share something beautiful you have created, like music or poetry. You will spontaneously feel better, which is immediate. When you reconnect with this joy of giving freely, just imagine what our world would be and feel like when everybody feels that there is an abundance of love, money, energy, and joy to share freely. Be the first to start the trend. All greed, fear, and lack will be eliminated when we all share freely from this truly abundant state. It will be impossible to feel poor at the end of the day, having given your love and light away. Do something good for someone else. Doesn't have to cost money. You know, you got $5, you know, send them $5. You know, help someone. You see it everywhere. Oh, no, I'm not going to get involved. No, I'm not going to help them. I might, no. You ever notice that we do a lot of that lately? Or it's like, you know, you never run out of doing something, a random act of kindness every day. You don't have to do 50 a day. You do one random act of kindness a day. Now, at first, it'll be like, what do I do? How do I what? How do I do that? Smile at somebody. It's not complicated. Practice giving something to everyone that you meet. You can smile at them, a compliment or a flower. If perhaps you feel maybe shy and cannot do it for them, then do it for yourself. This is an opportunity to stop playing the small, selfish game and start feeling more loving, abundant, and free. There are endless ways to share this kindness inside you, and each one will reveal this feeling of abundance inside. You'll soon see how easy it is to become a channel for abundance in your life. And I'll tell you, gratitude is the golden key to swimming in the grand, abundant river of life. When we start becoming gratitudeaholics, we become a channel of abundance, flowing feelings for ourselves and everyone around us. It's like you wake up in the morning, you stir, right? Still not awake. Put both your hands, palms down on your heart. Yes. And excitedly, enthusiastically, thank you, thank you, thank you for this day. Your hands are on your heart. Because you woke up and you can see and breathe. Those are some of the key things that we do take for granted. There are so many amazing things all around us, within and without, that we can be completely, deeply, eternally grateful for. It's like a wellspring of thankfulness, relief, joy to flow over our entire body inside us. You get to the point where you master gratitude. You practice mastering by implementing what I just shared with you. Practice which will help you tap into your natural ability to channel abundance into your life and into the lives of others. As a people, actually in a direction, at a high velocity, it's everybody being happy. Because everybody's a God in the body, and happiness is within the body. It's forever. You see, for years and years, you see the depiction of Maitreya, right? The fat Buddha, you know. He's got all these ingots of silver and gold, and he's just laughing. Got this big belly, and he's just constantly smiling and laughing. It's like you don't take life so seriously. And you stay in deep gratitude 24/7. You stay in deep gratitude 24/7. Period. Now, at first, it depends on you. It's not something you're used to. So that's why you spend more time worrying, stressing, and fearing. When you realize that you are the one, you're the one for all of this, deep gratitude. Doesn't it make sense? It isn't complex, is it? Doesn't it make sense that we shift our perspective? Okay, we know we have an ego mind, and we're working towards mastering the ego mind by being in the now and being a spectator, a watcher. We know how to leave the mind alone, which means leaving the ego mind alone. We know how to not judge and view, just watch and learn. See? And the ego mind, it comes at you. See, as you look at someone and it wants you to judge and do all kinds of stuff. You ever notice how you feel when you say someone's a creep or they're bad or ooh, that person? You know, that's how you feel. It's a real dampening effect. It's a real low frequency. Why would we entertain that? We wouldn't, would we? Although many do. And we've been so programmed to believe that out there is how life's supposed to be. Struggling, fearing. It's like someone saying that they have no money, and instead of saying they have no money, they go, I have all the money I'll ever need in this lifetime forever. Even though they don't have it physically yet, they send that out to the universe with an open heart mind. Sooner than later, the civilization is going to finally realize how long it has been misguided. It's going to. It's an inevitability. Now, not to be angry about it. That would defeat the whole purpose, wouldn't it? But to forgive. You ever gotten into a situation where someone does something, right, that affects you? And you form this, it's ego mind, but you form this hatred almost, like, for this person. Because they did you wrong. And the funny thing is that they've just gone off on their own and doing their life, and you're still festered on it. And it affects you for years and years and years when you could have been enjoying yourself. Crazy. And discussing this right now, it means we're halfway there. How many people do you think would be discussing this? Not many. Not many at all. How many people do you believe know about these technologies or heard of them, you would be blown away to discover not many at all. Not many at all. I've had numerous people ask me the question, what am I supposed to do? You ever said that? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What do you want me to do about it or whatever? Enjoy your life. I don't know how to do that. People have said that. How do I enjoy my life? I've got this problem, I got this problem, this and that. Because you created them. That's how powerful you are. You created them all. Oh, there's no way I created those. Really? Then who created them? Well, then something out there. Well, I know God created them. God did create them. You're God within that body. See, you see how it works? We're in a mode of convincing ourselves that we are not abundant beings. This is what we do, and guess what? That's the way it works. You are not abundant because you believe that you're not. You aren't. Nobody on this planet would be suffering financially as they are right in this now moment. Nobody would be. The opposite. Anybody could start immediately to start enjoying their life. Spend more time with yourself. Sit, meditate, go within. Rather than watching that thing, all the garbage and all the deceit that it sends out. Master gratitude. Master it. So that you become automatically, you just, during the course of your day several times, you say to yourself how deeply grateful I am for this very moment I am in. How deeply grateful I am for this day that I have awoken to. When you're doing something, right? We usually take that for granted because our mind is somewhere else, usually. Not really focused on what you're doing, maybe superficially, but most of the time it's off into the future and into the past while you're doing something in the now, in the present moment. Now imagine if that was all you focused on, and at the same time you were saying how grateful you are to have two hands to be cutting potatoes with, and for the knife. I mean, it seems minuscule to a lot of people. Oh, that's silly. No, it's not. By doing that and repeating that day in and day out, you're going to strengthen your resolve of being a super abundant being. That's what you're doing. So it isn't a waste of time. It's the opposite. It is time well spent. Do you know of anybody that says, no, I don't really care to be, happy, joyous, blissful, peaceful, tranquil, benevolent. I don't care to be any of that. No, it's everybody wants to be. They all want that. They want joy and happiness, right? They want abundance. And all along, it's right inside them. It isn't outside them. And, of course, the ego mind does everything it can to cause you to worry, stress, and fear. And as you worry, stress, attract more of worry, stress, and fear. It is intentional, but that's to just about everybody. And so this is manifested, and then they don't figure out, well, why is everything so crappy? Because you created it. That's why it's crappy. You created it and you believe that you're a lesser being, as stated to you. So it's kind of like it's everything is up. If it is to be, it is up to thee. If it is to be, it is up to thee. You've heard that statement before. You know what? You're in the driver's seat. You're the captain of the ship, and you don't know it. Practice knowing this. Every split second you can. Practice knowing this. Let it sink deep within your heart, mind, to your very core. I'll join you in a meditation, and I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose and an easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. And for today, get out a pen and paper and for 20 minutes, write down everything that you appreciate about yourself. Small or big does not matter. Just keep writing these positive statements down. Then choose the top 3 most emotionally moving appreciations on your list and sit down and feel these ideas inside your body. Notice where you keep them inside. Post your list on a wall where you can read it and add to it any time in the future. Whatever you discover, revisit it again and again and again throughout the day. This with you through the rest of the day into the evening and night and following morning. And we will return here Friday, September 15, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call. And around 9 p.m. Eastern to continue our reverse aging health call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what is happening outside of you or inside of you.